Hello everyone, this is the continuation of my previous demonstration in object-oriented programming. To give you a background of my previous blog, what I did is I have only one class and the function is inside the class. For this demonstration, I will show you on how to write multiple classes, and take note, the functions here are outside the class. To demonstrate, our machine problem is to display the school information consists of the school name and its department. Also, our program will allow the user to enter the name of the student and the course. Then it will compute the total tuition fee based from the number of units and units per cost. Okay, let's start working our program. I'm using the Visual Studio 2010. This is my main method. Okay, then I have the header file here. Okay, so let's start. So to start with, since our program requires the input and output operations, because we're going to display the name of the school, the department, and allow the user to enter the name of the student, the course, and display the tuition fee. So we need this library. Include input output stream. Then, since we're using a string data type, so we need also to have this library, string. Okay, so before we forget, we have this one, okay, for our CIN and COUT. Okay, let's start working with our class. So let's work with our class definition by typing the keyword class, followed by the name of the class. Okay, this is a user-defined name of a class. So you can name your class whatever you want. Then opening braces and closing, then the semicolon. Okay, inside this class is the declaration of our data members and our member functions. Okay, for our class project 1, what we're going to do is to display only the name of the school and its department. Okay, so we need a data member string for the name of the school. So let's say name school. Okay, then the department. Okay, let's change this to N school, NCH for the school. Okay, then we have also our member functions for this is a string, then our school name. So making sure that the name is not the same because we're going to create a function for this two data members. Okay, we also create another string for the department. Now, okay, so this is now our member functions and these are the data members. Okay, so before we create our function, let's analyze this first. If what are the modifiers that we're going to um, implement for this class? So our access modifier for our data members, I will be using a private. Why? Because I'm only using this data members in this class only. So I will not access this in another class. That's the reason why we use private. Okay, for this one, we will using a public access modifier because we will call out this one in our main method. Okay, as you can see, we have our data members and we have our member functions, the school name and the department. Okay, now let's working with the function outside the class. Okay, so whatever you declare here, the data, whatever the data type you declare here, so you can use the data type also the same here in your functions. Now, so string, then followed by the name of the class and the access or the scope, our resolution to access our functions. This is the name of our functions, right? School name. Then followed by the opening curly braces, then the closing curly braces. Then we have to make the initialization or the value of our um, name of our school is international school. Let's say international school. Okay. Then we have to in, put some return here. Okay, because we will be calling out this one to our main method. Okay, so we have already our function for the school name. So let's proceed. Our function for the um, department. Project, then department. Project 1. This is project 1. Then same department, depth. They're using depth there. Then department is a computer science department. Department. Okay. So let's include here the return. Okay. So as you can see, we have already our function. So our function contains the enter this value, the name of the school, and the department. Now let's create our object for this class. Okay, let's browse first our class. The name of our class is project. So you have to type here what's the name of your class, then followed by the name of your object, which is OBG1. So this is also a user-defined object. So you can name your object whatever you want to name it. Then, okay, so now let's call out our uh, this one, our function. Okay, so to call out this one, of course, since we created our object name, we will use this one to call one, to call our, of course, class first, which is project one, then the scope resolution of that class, because school name is under the class project one. Then name, school name, sorry. Okay, so then also with our object one, project one, sorry, project one, then the department. Okay, so that's how we call our, sorry for this, that's how we call our functions here. So now let's run this code, but before that we'll include this one, pos greater than 0. Okay, so let's review first our code. Okay, so let's review first our code. So we have here the class. The name of the class is project one, and we have the data members, NS school and department, and this is our member function, the school name and the department. Then after that, we created our function outside the class project. This function contains the value international school, which will be held by our data member and a school as we declare it here. Okay, so then also for our department. Then after that, after doing that, then we have to create the object name, which is object name of our class, which is obj1. Then you use that, okay, it here, then your class name, then your function, as you can see. So this is your object name that you created based on your class name. Then this is the class name, and this is the function name. Okay, now let's run this program. Okay, so there we have it. This is our output, but we have to do some formatting here. You can add and line here. Okay, look it good. Uh, Take a look first. Okay, that's it. Now, what's the next is we will be creating our next class. Okay, we'll create another class here to compute the tuition fee. Okay, our class is tuition fee. Project, sorry. It's project 2. Okay, semicolon. Then what data members that we're going to create for this is we will have a cost, which is a variable that holds the cost per unit, then the units, the number of units, and the total of the tuition fee. So we will implement a private access modifier for that. And we also create our, okay, let's use the public for our tuition fee. Tuition fee member function. Okay, since we have already created our tuition fee, now let's create our function. So our function, we use project 2, sorry, double, don't forget, if you declare a data type double, then you use double it here. Okay, then next is the project, the name of the class, followed by the scope resolution, which is the tuition fee, your member function of that class. Okay, what we're going to do there on this part is to compute the tuition fee. Let's say we have to make a cost equivalent to 1,000. Then we allow our user to um, enter the number of units. Okay, then we have to put some tab here and see in units. Okay, so we use unit, it's only unit. Then see out um, cost per unit. Cost per unit. Okay, to make some tab there, and we have to call out our costs. We already have the initial value of our costs. Then after that, we have to compute our total tuition fee is unit multiplied by the cost. And since we're going to return a value, so we have to put return here. Okay, so after that, since we have already created our class project 2 and just the data members, the function, and we have already created what is the behavior of our function is to compute the total tuition fee. Now let's go to our main method. This is our main method. Okay, so let's add here the okay, that allows our user to enter the name of the student name. You can have that one, and then let's say end See out, we have course. Okay, then see in, let's say course. Okay, we will declare that here. Okay, so we have the string n and c. Okay, for the course. And since we have already created our class, so we have to add here to create our object. Project 2, that's the name of our class number 2. Then the object name, okay, let's say 2. We will use that it here. Okay, then we have to see out this is we will call out obj2, that's our class. We'll call out our tuition fee computation. So then project 2 resolution, then we have to call out our tuition fee. Tuition fee. Okay, that we created a while ago. Here, we create our tuition fee. Okay, like this one. Okay, so let's try to run this code. What happened to this code? It is working. Let's say, let's check it first. But before that, we have to add some formatting here and line, and to also to our, okay, to our cost after entering this one. To our cost, we have to make some end line here. Also, not, it will not overlap. Okay, this one. Okay, and of course we need to add some label here. Tuition fee is, okay, like that. Okay, then since we have to make our tuition fee with, or display our tuition fee with two decimal places, so we can add here the fix. If you remember this one, this is to set the decimal places. Okay, like that one. Then since that's red, then we have to have our library here. Include input output manipulation. Okay, for the set precision. Okay, so let's run this code. What happened? Okay, there we have it. Anna, then BSCSO unit is 3. Okay, there we have it. So this is our code. Then let's go back to review the code for you to really know how to write this program. Okay, so let's begin with our library. Now, we are using this one because our program have an input and output operation. We are using this one because one of our data type is a string. Our main method is treated as, this is our main method, where our program will run. Okay, then, so the main method is treated as integers. Don't you worry about this one. If you're using the new version, there's a little difference. That's int main in your own version. If you're using the new version, this is a 2010 version. So no problem with it. A little adjustment. Then, of course, using this one for our CNC out. This, as you can see, I have here a class. The name is project 1, and I have also here the name is class project 2. So therefore, I have two classes here. So you can add more classes if you want. Then, as you can see, we have here the data members and the functions. So I implement a private access modifier because I'm using this data members only in this class. Okay, same thing with this class project. After doing this, okay, we create our functions. The behavior of our functions is to compute the total tuition fee. So as you can see, the cost is 1,000. So this is already fixed. I declare here the data members, then allows the user to input the number of units, and the units per cost will be called out. And we have a return here because we have to return a value because the total of this computation will be held by this functioning. Then after that, okay, we have also this function to hold the value of the end school, and we have also our department. Then after that, okay, you're doing everything, the functions, the data members. Now let's check our main method. So this main method is responsible to run our program. So as you remember, this is our class name, okay, the project 1 and project 2, and name it to another name, which this is the object name. You can name it, you can name this one whatever you want. Okay, so we can use that here to call out our function school name. Okay, then we add some operations here. Then to call out our tuition fee functions, so I applied here the fixed precision 2, so which means that I'm going to have two decimal places for the computation of our total tuition fee. Okay, so that's all for now. So I hope that you learned this demonstration. Thank you for watching.